The entire project is looking at the sustainability of all aspects of boat-based whale watching, the ecological, social and financial aspects. But specifically my PhD project focuses on the ecological and social aspects, and that's where I come in. So I'm a PhD student at Nelson Mandela University, and that's done in association with Nature's Valley Trust, which is an NGO based in Nature's Valley, and of course funded through WWF Nedbank Green Trust. The industry has been growing since it was formalized in 1998. And so our question really becomes, is it sustainable? Is it currently sustainable? And would further growth affect that sustainability? We want to see how the animals are currently reacting. Are there any negative effects of the industry on the animals? Are they reacting negatively towards boat approaches? How do the tourists feel about the industry? Are they concerned about it? Do they enjoy the products that are on offer? And finally, we also want to look at the financial aspect. The land-based work, where we look at the undisturbed behaviors of whales and dolphins and how they interact with the commercial vessels. We arrive at site, we start off with setting up the theodolite, we take weather measurements, and then we get started with behavioral observations if there are animals. So we set up and effort goes on, we start our observation effort, and then we wait. And sometimes we can wait for 6 hours. Other times, as we arrive at site, there are animals, and things can then start moving quite quickly. So once the theodolites are set up and the weather is recorded, we get started with both behaviors and tracking. As a biologist, my interest is primarily the ecological side, and from that aspect, South Africa is actually doing really well. We have some really good regulations in place already for the industry, and so we just need to make sure that currently and in the future we're able to protect the marine life that this industry relies on. So the other side of the ecological research is our experimental and manipulated encounters. So we spend the day out at sea on our research vessel Fluke, and what we want to do is see how combinations of the current regulations affect the animals. So if we were to go racing up to the animals from behind, how do they react to that? Or if we were to undertake a very slow, calm approach, we stay far away, we engage with them for only a short time, how do the animals react? So we're manipulating the encounters and interactions that vessels can have with the animals to see how they react to those. One of the outcomes of this project is intended to be species-specific regulations for the boat-based whale watching industry. At the moment, the regulations are for dolphins and for whales, and we know that different species interact differently with boats, and so the results of this is really to ensure, one, regulations as a whole are sustainable and prevent any negative impact on the animals, but also we're intending to be able to produce species-specific regulations to ensure that different animals are wholly protected. I think everyone in life wants to make a difference. We want to leave our mark, and for me, having spent time here in Plettenberg Bay and grown to love and appreciate the marine environment, and also as a biologist, understanding that you can no longer do biology or ecology without considering the human aspect. So for me, this was a time for personal growth and to be able to make an impact to conserve the marine environment that I do so love and appreciate and enjoy. I know this project is not going to change the world, but I'm hoping that the results of this will be able to add a drop to the ocean of scientific research, be another step forward into ensuring the sustainability of animals.